So sustainability for me as an architect is getting back to our own culture, to our own ground, to build roots, to deliver roots in our own context, and from those richnesses, visible resources and invisible resources, to build up what I call a right tech. That means to be not high tech, which is only possible for very well-off countries, neither low tech, because vernacular never looked back, to adopt, to improve the low tech of very rooted context to a better tech, to make better quality for all. Transformation happens at every scale, from the largest urban and landscape scale up to the architectural and urban scale, and then to the design and detail scale. And transformation needs to be on all scales, because we need to open up in transdisciplinary teams. We cannot work anymore in silos. That was a little bit the school of architecture of the last 50, 60 years with the international style. Now we work in transdisciplinary teams, and we re-invite the industry, we re-invite the artisanal knowledge, and we re-invite art and design to work together with us. This was the legacy of the Bauhaus 100 years ago. It was the school founded together with industry and together with the arts and the crafts. And we forgot this after World War II. Everything was driven away from architects, and the industry went on their way and the crafts went on their way. We have to rebuild this synergy. We still have very, very influential politicals walking around freely, sustaining that there's no climate change and sustaining that we don't need sustainable architecture in cities because they don't look at how the air is changing on this planet, how the water rising is advancing, or how the overheating of the climate is advancing. So this is the greatest challenge, to have a cultural openness and to really transmit to all kinds of professions and all kinds of cultures that this is a need we need to respond to. But the greatest potential we have, and we have already reached, is that the new generation of architects and designers and urban planners and landscape architects and even theoretical thinkers, they are in this paradigm change fully. Nobody can deny it anymore. And this is our greatest potential, that the young generation of architects, they see themselves as a change maker for society. Constantinople was the place to be 1,000 years ago, one of the most advanced societies in this transformative, all the time transforming landscape and water and land situation. Where else could have been this global award that is architecture is transformation? Of course, Istanbul proves us that cities are growing too fast today, and they are occupying too much territory instead of growing as still up to 200-300 years before industrialization. Cities tried to grow on themselves, becoming more dense, but being in spaces that are socially mixed and very, very easily reachable and very easily accessible. This is what Istanbul has to decide in the next years. Which kind of city do I want to become? Is it, Max Ernst did say it in a very nice way, the father of sociology, the quality of life is not given by bigness, by the question of size of a city, neither by its density, but by the social mixity. And this is the question, what does Istanbul want to be tomorrow? Is it a green and blue city and a palimpsest of cultures, of religions, of opinions, of innovative ideas? I think it has the whole potential to be this. My students, I would ask them in the beginning of every semester, which architect will you be? What are you becoming? And give me one adjective. And they would answer, for 30 years ago, in the 90s, the 2000s, where everything was possible, everything was payable, the world seemed to be infinite growth, and it is not true, because circularity is a principle that is our principle of life. So they said, I need to become important, unique, of course, famous. This was an ego-centered way of thinking. And today, you know what they say? They say listening, useful, and sometimes they just say a happy architect. Isn't that beautiful?